Hi guys, it's Simon from Tech My Life Video, and it's that time of year. It's Apple time. Obviously, we had the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus come out not that long ago, and of course iOS 8. And we've just recently had Apple's next event, which was the release of the new iPads, but it also brought iOS 8.1, which had a lot of improvements. iOS 8, a lot of bugs in the first release, and they've ironed some of those out. I still think there's some there. It was meant to fix a bunch of things on search, but basically if you're searching in your text messages, you can search for something as simple as somebody's name, and you know, it seems to take forever to bring up the search results. So to me, there's still a few issues there, but they will be ironed out over time, and it's certainly worth upgrading your devices. So of course, Yosemite was released for your Mac. Lots of great features there, like handoff being one of them, where you can hand a document or something that you're working on, an email. If you're next to your Mac and you've got your iPhone there, you can literally hand the document straight off. Of course, you need a Mac that is compatible and an iOS device, which is also compatible. So if you're running an older device like I am, a Mac Pro from 2008, which is still quite a reasonably fast machine, some of the features aren't available, which is a little bit frustrating, but that's the way Apple choose to do things. And it's probably the only thing that really, it's not the only thing, it isn't the only thing, I must admit, but it's one of the main things that frustrates me about the way Apple kind of conduct their business, is even restricting the high-end older devices. So at this event, we saw a new iPad, even thinner than before, and the thing that amazes me about this iPad, and I'll just bring it up, is that the new iPad is so thin that if you've got the original iPad, and you can probably see that there, it is, two of these iPads isn't even as thick as one of the original iPads. The old iPads had the original iPads had square sides and then a curve, and it's thinner than the curved bit at the back, which is mental. It was as thin as a pencil last time, it's even thinner now. My thoughts are it doesn't need to be thinner. Give us better battery life in these devices. So they could have kept it the same thickness as the last one and basically given it extra battery life, but they went for thinner again. I haven't had a chance to see one of these iPads yet. They're only just coming into stores now, and obviously people who've ordered them are getting shipments in, so I haven't actually gone and touched one, but very light, very light, and very thin. So they had that. The performance of this iPad is off the charts, even compared to the last iPad. The speed has just gone out of sight, and I'm running an old iPad here. This is the first iPad with a Retina display, and it's so much faster, these devices. They are blisteringly quick, but they are not cheap. They are not cheap. So in Australia, just give you a quick rundown of prices. 16 gig they start at, which it's a bit small for my liking. $619. If you get the cellular version, it is $779. 64 gig, $739, or $899 for the cellular version. And the top end iPad is now 128 gig. It's $859, or the cellular version $1,019, which is a lot of money. It's a lot of money to be throwing around at a device like this and updating regularly. So it's not going to be for everybody. People used to, talk about laptops and under $1,000, and now we're talking about a tablet. Of course, these devices are very capable, but it is a lot of money to throw at a device like this. The biggest addition for me is Touch ID. The amount of times I go up to this iPad and put my finger on the button and sit there, and they even said it in the keynote, sitting there with my finger on the button, wondering why it's not switching on, realizing that it doesn't have Touch ID. You get so used to it so quickly on the phone that for me, that is the the best addition to this device. They come in gold now, like the phones. So they come in silver, gold and space grey, pretty much exactly the same as the iPhone. They updated the iPad mini, but it wasn't really much other than Touch ID and a paint job. Not a paint job, but they introduced gold to the lineup. You do actually lose a bit of battery life from all reports with the new thinner iPad, which is disappointing. As I said, I would have kept it thicker and kept the speed up. Kept the battery life up. Pardon me. The other big thing at this event was the iMac, and it was huge. A 5K iMac. It's not that expensive a device. You're looking at $2,999 in Australia, I believe, as the entry point. The 5K display is mental. 5K resolution is huge. Now I've been wondering when they're going to release a cinema display for the Mac Pro in 4K, because it can run 4K monitors, but there isn't an Apple monitor that is 4K. And now they've jumped ahead with the iMac, again kind of backhanding their Pro customers in the face, because if they released this 5K display as a standalone monitor, there is no Thunderbolt cable or graphics card that could run that monitor. It's just too high a resolution. From all reports, there won't be Thunderbolt 3. We'd have to wait for Thunderbolt 3 and graphics cards, and it's probably 2016 before a Mac Pro would be able to run a monitor of this resolution. So, you know, it's very odd to do that, but it obviously is going to be an amazing computer. But, you know, I just can't see the sense of it. I mean, you've got these Mac Pros out there that could be running multiple 4K monitors, and you don't give them anything to use. The cinema display is still fat on the sides, whereas the iMac is this thin profile. It really doesn't make sense to me. It bugs me, and I don't know why they're doing it. One other thing that was in the presentation was the Mac Mini. They've given it a spec bump, they've dropped the price, and it's looking more attractive than ever. Something to have kind of with your HD TV just in the lounge room. Certainly a good alternative. As they said, some people buy it as their first Mac, and it's certainly a cheap entry point. So, look, I think I've covered it all in terms of what Apple released, but it's certainly Christmas time has come early if you're a Mac fan or an Apple fan, because you know, you've got iPads, you've got iPhones, you've got this new iMac, and soon in the new year, and they were talking about it in the presentation, is the iWatch coming, and it's very exciting to see what's going to happen. So check out Yosemite, worthwhile downloading for your Mac. Check your specs and make sure you can download it, of course. Check the programs you use as well. Go to the manufacturer of the software you use. If you don't use Apple software, if you're using Adobe Suite and it's a little bit old, or you're using some other program, go to their website first and check whether it is compatible with the Yosemite update, because the last thing you want to do is update your computer and then for some reason not be able to use your old software, or have to maybe update at extra expense. Yosemite's free, but that upgrade might not be. So check that out. Get 8.1 for your iOS device. It fixes a lot of bugs. As I said, I still don't think it's perfect, but it's certainly an improvement. Please comment on this video. Let me know what you think of the new iPad, the new iMac, Yosemite, or even iOS 8. Please like the video, and of course, please subscribe to the channel. I'm Simon from Tech My Life Video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.